Hello everybody, welcome back. This is the Benjinator and you're watching Let's Play Xenogears, the greatest game ever. So last time, we had a heart-to-heart talking with Bart about, Bart really wants us to help him reclaim his throne, and Faye, as you might expect, is not too thrilled about it, but perhaps there is, something that can possibly convince him otherwise. So anyway, Bart had mentioned that one of the mechanics had a concern about phase gear, so let's see what this mechanic has to say. Hopefully something useful, so let's go down to the gear hangar. Always great to be back on the LP train. Sorry it's been so long. I'm gonna try to, try to keep up with uploading these, because in the past I've definitely had too many sort of on storage. Backlogged, I should say, without editing them. So, what does the mechanic have to say about the Weltall? Oh yeah, we're really good. You can't dismantle the Weltall, it's invincible. Ooh, black boxes. Nope. Faye's like, I just drive this thing. Sometimes unconsciously drive it. I don't know how it actually works. Just kind of likes to look at it. Oh, what's going on? Hey, what's up, everybody? Okay. Did Bart go tattle on me? Was he like, but Faye's being a bad man, he's not gonna help me get my crown back, and yeah. He's such a meanie poo. Oh, screw it. Faye can do what he wants. Oh, the music's fading. That means something important's gonna happen. Oh, what's happening? Oh, it's playing the sad music again. I wanted to say this name of this tune is A Song of Ice and Fire, but it's definitely not A Song of Ice and Fire. Huh. Yeah, it's definitely got Ice and Fire in it as the title. Look up the soundtrack sometime. You'll know what I'm talking about. It's really great, though. Talking to his father, who apparently is on the other side of that ravine. Or, docking station or what have you. Yeah, it's the only drawback, I think, to these graphics is the fact when you zoom in on them, they look kind of pixelated, but it's one of these aspects that I can kind of apologize, or not apologize, I'm sorry, I can kind of deal with, like, I'm okay with it. Apologize. I was reading what Siggy was saying on screen. Well, no, I would say he's pretty lonely, especially if he has that kind of, like, aggressive, unexplainable complex of his. Yeah, you guys are too old. Faye's, Faye's a little bit closer to their age. I think Faye's supposed to be 18, and I think Bart is supposed to be like 17 or 16, something like that. Like, in a lot of games and RPGs and anime especially, like, a lot of the main characters are fairly young. Yeah, heavy does not begin to describe it, Sigard. This is like post-traumatic stress disorder to the 20th power. Yeah, I'm not asking you to burden his problems, but can you please do this one thing where we overthrow the government? Yeah. I see. It's, bad cop, good cop, I guess. Good for you, Faye. Think it over. Alright. Leaving early tomorrow. Oh, we're getting this thing, we're getting this show on the road pretty quickly. Yeah, get some rest. Okay. I guess it means we can go upstairs. Go get some rest. Man, I wonder what those two are talking about. It's always like... I mean, I have this distinct feeling that... I mean, so far, whenever we've seen those two guys talk to one another, it's always been, kind of obtuse. Like, talking about things that obviously we're not really supposed to understand yet. Which is why this game is just so good at foreshadowing. It kind of has indications of things to come without coming right out and saying it. Which is exactly what foreshadowing is. So yeah, there's not a whole lot more here. I think now we can go to the residential area and finally we can take a rest. Even though we've already rested here before. So where's this guy? Where's the resting guy? Here he is. So alright. Let's do this. Let's do this thing. No, I think we're good. Yeah, we should be fine. I don't think there are any... I mean, there's only really a handful of times in this game, and I mentioned this in the previous video, that, you know, it's really, really important that you upgrade and get the equipment. Otherwise, you know, there's only really, like, a handful of difficult boss battles. Now, what's going on here? Is this, like, the nightly road work? Okay. Uh-oh. Is there a drone in this base? Is it gonna make that, like, Star Wars drone sound? Beep-a-beep-beep-beep. Beep-a-beep-beep-beep. Things are so annoying. Who the hell is this guy? Breuer? And Helmholtz? Okay. These guys are apparently breaking into this, this domain. There we go. Surface-dwelling lambs, just like Ellie was saying. So these guys are the idiots from the sky or whatever. Rank. That guy's funny looking. Look at that tan. Bleedavik. Bleedavik, by the way, guys, is the it's the capital of Ava. Ave, whatever you want to call it. So I guess this is like first-person view. And who's Vance? There's always a Vance. Yep. Man, this gear is slow. Yep. Stratsky. Almost kind of looks like Stravinsky. So bizarre. Uh-oh. Now, what are those things? Well, those definitely look like gears. Oh. those are in extraordinary gears. Yep. Might as well take them if you're here, but then again, what are these guys? Chaparral? Okay. That doesn't sound good. These bastards. But at least they're important because they have, you know, little portraits. If they were just a bunch of names and we had this first person point of view, like, it would just be kind of ominous. Although many things in this game are ominous. But from the sound of my headphones, yeah, it looks like we're in trouble. Uh-oh. Ah. Getting attacked again. Oh, Geblar. Yeah, the Empire of Solaris's special forces or what have you. Okay, so I don't think you can talk. I think you can, but you can actually save if you want, which is kind of cool. What are these guys saying? It's no time for sleeping. Especially with that really annoying alarm sound. Although I've heard worse. I was talking about in, what was it, Final Fantasy X, that there's a alarm sound when you're trying to save home that goes like, I'm annoying, ah! I'm annoying, ah! Yeah, me and Code discussed that in great detail, so this isn't so bad. Although it's, if I had to listen to this for the rest of the game, I'd probably just not have an LP of this. I'd just have a short review saying, this would be a great game, but there's this annoying alarm sound that's always in the back. Okay, so, Faye, I believe in you. Okay. Uh-oh. All the women and children into the boat. Sand cruiser. Okay, so, Faye, you still want to think about what you're doing? He's just so calm. He's like, this is getting blown up, and I'm gonna walk to the bow of the ship just to observe. Come on, get in the well tall. Come on, Faye. I mean, you don't have to necessarily overthrow the government and restore Bart to his throne, but you probably should help people that are in trouble. Yeah. Well, you tried your best, Seitan Yuzuki. But Faye's a tough nut to crack. What are you? Yeah. That is a good question, Faye. Slayer of God. I'd take that as a compliment, Faye. If you were just saying that your kung fu moves were so extravagant and so exceptional that you must be the Slayer of God. Is he gonna explode again? I really hope not. Alright, so now we're gonna have some battles. We're gonna have actually some pretty good ones. If I recall. This is definitely one of these like extended battle cutscene type things. Oh, here's Bart. And this is actually kind of cool. You get to fight with a couple of the pirate underlings. Yep. So this is gonna be... Oh yeah, so these are, yeah, this is an interesting little pack of knights. These particular gears, and they can actually be pretty powerful. I mean, thankfully Bart is just kicking butt right now. And these little auxiliary gears help you out, but the sword knights can be kind of annoying, especially because they can do, well, essentially 3 attacks at once. Ouch. And that really hurts. Ah! Yikes. But thankfully, we have Chain Whip, which is always helpful. This guy shouldn't be too hard, though. Yeah, there he goes. And they never... Like, these particular gears never die. They just kind of go away. Yeah, and Bart just said something. Every once in a while, you'll hear the characters, like, you know, with their voice actors actually say something, but it's fairly rare. Just kind of like the anime cutscenes. You don't really see a whole lot of those. Oh, this part's awesome. Remember that gear that we saw? The Heimdall? Well, I bet you can guess what's going to happen. Under maintenance, but Seitan Yuzuki can handle anything. It's okay, Mole Maison. It's Seitan Yuzuki. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. Yep. Here we go. I believe in you, Seitan Yuzuki. This is actually one of my favorite gears to use. Yep. You can do it. So yeah. There actually is a weapon that can be equipped on Heimdall as well, but you're not gonna have to worry about that for a long time. A wild stallion. You guys remember Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure? They have the band called Wild Stallion. So here's I guess here's the big guy. Boom. There he is. Oh, come on, let us do the fighting. Broyer. Ah, yes, they're having philosophical discussions while fighting in robots. That's very anime-like. Although not like Evangelion. If you guys have seen Evangelion, most of them, they're just screaming in agony and pain when they're trying to pilot these things. Woo! Alright, so here's the Heimdall. Okay, so it did 9 damage because the Aegis Knight can actually defend and block attacks. So the best thing to do is that when he has defense down like that, you want to restore your defense because it's just that much better. If your defense is down, you can actually take a lot of damage, so you don't want to do that. So now we can, of course, use Seitan's first attack right here. Boom, boom, in the face. Let's look at that, 344, not bad. So now he's using Pile Driver again. And we just want to make sure that we get that taken off us. So, at this part of the game, these guys can be pretty easy, but later on, you'll be fighting similar enemies, which can be quite challenging, especially when there's kind of these gauntlet matches and so forth. Alright, so this should finish him off. The Kensui. I'm sure there's like a... If I wasn't so lazy, I'd look up the translation of that word. So, there we go. That's it. Haha. Seitan Yuzuki defeats you and gets a level up and learns Renki, which I believe is actually, I think it's a death blow? No, actually, no, it's not a death blow. It's an ether technique. Rusty kicked ass, Seitan Yuzuki. I mean, when do you not kick ass? Ooh, that stuff. I wonder what that stuff is. Oh, Drive, there we go. Drive, it's like the steroids of Xenogears. It's fun stuff. Fun stuff. That's how they do it. Pretty tough customers. Alright, Faye. Where are you, Faye? Okay, next battle. We have Bart and we have Seitan Yuzuki joining forces. I think we'll be in good shape. Alright. Yeah, see, these are the Wing Knights. These guys have very low defense, but they do have, like, ether attacks that are kind of annoying. So, you just have to stay... You just have to stay focused. Because, you know, the Wand Knights... So those do hurts. Hurts, don't it? Boom, boom. This should take him out, I think. There we go. Yeah, not much HP on these guys. I mentioned this earlier in this video, but yeah, like, you're not really gonna have... I can basically count the amount of battles in this game that are really, like... that are incredibly difficult on one hand. You don't really play Xenogears for the difficulty. I mean, if you're not... You can't just kind of X... Like, there's not really any boss battles where you can just kind of X your way through and be fine. Which is good, because otherwise that'd be incredibly tedious and boring, but... I mean, unless you're totally out of it, you'll be able to win these battles. I think it's because they wanted to keep the story flowing smoothly. So, oh, what's going on here? Oh no. Vance, you bastard! He's like the frat boy of this group. Shit. Nope. Not happening. It's the Weltall! Vance, you are going down. Nobody messes with the Weltall. Oh, Faye. Poor Faye. He's just, like... I can't imagine what that guy must be going through right now. Like, this entire quest so far, it's just been the most miserable experience for him. I mean, it's... I almost feel guilty, because it's so much fun for me to relive this. And, you know, I'm hoping it's fun for you guys watching, but for poor Faye, you know, he's got to deal through all the agony of basically being co-opted into a coup d'etat while just having destroyed his village unconsciously and getting kicked out. Picking up some extra ARs, that's pretty good. So, alright. Yay, we're all together now. Yay, good job, Faye. Big Trouble. Is that a movie? Oh, look at that thing. Okay, so we're about to encounter a boss battle. This is the shrapnel, whatever it's called, that I was talking about. So I find that one of the best ways to get through this battle with relative ease is to get the booster on. So that way we can be, you know, super fast. Oh, yeah. And there's one thing that you definitely want to do with Bart, and that is to use our friend Wild Smile. Because that will ensure that he won't ever get to hit you. It's almost OP in this part of the game, but from here it's actually fairly standard. Hold on. I just want to see if there's any other specific attacks that we have to deal with. So, let's kind of hit this guy with the Kinsuo. He doesn't really have that much HP. He's pretty easy. So, Chaparral, and watch this. Oh, look at that. 0 to hero. Oh, shit. I should not have hit X. Sorry, Faye. I disrespected you. So, yeah, there's... it's actually funny. You don't have there's going to be other parts of the game later on where you fight more ether-based enemies, and when you're doing that, it's much harder, much harder to dodge his attacks, because obviously, like, you know, the blinding thing is not gonna help you. But also be advised, later on there are gonna be enemies that have just like an bosses that instantly will restore their health. So, oh yeah, so like an attack like you just saw that hits everybody, it's not affected by his lowering of accuracy. And I think, I can't be sure, but I think after a while, it definitely loses its touch. In other words, like, he gets his accuracy back. So it is kind of a conditional thing. But yeah, this is such a weird-looking enemy. Donk. Nope. Not for you. Like, he's... I mean, there's some really good enemy designs in this game, but this one is just kind of bizarre. I really like the Heimdall's design, though. Like, I think it's kind of cool how it almost looks like a samurai warrior. And it actually makes sense compared to... Oh, there he is. It's dead. See? That wasn't too hard. We chased out these guys with relative ease. Go, all of you. Iron Valor! That's a great technique, by the way. Heaven Sent is a piece of shit. And Beam Code, not that useful. Actually, I usually sell that almost right away. That's for Gears, by the way. Oh, that was easy. I just like how it fast forwards to, yep, now we've chased out the invaders, we put the gear back, and now it's playing the happy, you know, pirate music again. Thanks, Faye. Saved our butt. Well, I mean, honestly, like, it was literally people being threatened. Like, you know, he had little kids screaming for their lives. Faye was not going to just sit by and do nothing. Oh, come on, Faye. Don't be so hard on yourself. Yep. Barty's a good guy. What can I say? And all it took for Faye to change his mind was one unfortunate attack by some enemy characters, and that's pretty much it. So, hey, if it works, it works, right? Now, this... I mean, I don't think that this is necessarily a story weakness. I just think that was a little bit too convenient. I mean, I think that, obviously, like, there could have been something here that might have been more convincing for Faye to change his mind. I mean, especially if you're trying to explain the gravity of a situation. I mean, you know, if everybody that had PTSD got over it because something else tragic happened, then nobody would have PTSD. But it seems like all it took was, you know, for somebody to invade his friend's lair and then fend them off, and now he's like, okay, now I'll join you guys. I mean, it seems a little bit... I would think that would drive him a little bit more crazy. So, alright. We got it, Maison. We got to do that. Alright. How did the Yggdrasil get undamaged? I would think that in all that ruckus, there would have been some, you know, damage at least to, like, the deck or something. I mean, that was kind of wimpy, if you think about it. Because apparently people like to live on the Yggdrasil. You know, they got the whole hideout here, but... Alright, rescue mission it is. Say goodbye to the women. What is this kid, like 16? This guy has no skills. The only thing that he can basically say is that he's, like, royalty. But, you know, he spends most of his time acting like Justin Bieber. Okay, that's not fair. Bart's much cooler than Justin Bieber. Alright, so now we're back on the Yggdrasil. We're about to go to the capital of Ava to save Marguerite and restore Bart to the crown. So find out what happens next time with the Benjinator and Let's Play Xenogears. And I'll see you guys.